chaotic. There are numerous speculations regarding the epidemic in Africa. Some believe the outbreak is a result of biological warfare waged by imperialist countries, particularly the US, against Africa. They claim that the disease is being tested on Africans and is even created in an attempt to reduce Africa's population. Some others claim that the US is using the Ebola outbreak to further increase its military presence and reinforce its intelligence in Africa. They say it would be more logical for Washington to send in medical and healthcare staff instead of military troops to the affected nations. The Pentagon has announced that it will send nearly 4,000 troops to Liberia to help fight the spread of Ebola in the West African country. Some other assumptions accuse Washington of encouraging an Ebola outbreak on its own soil. They back their claim by saying that the U.S. government is not serious enough in fighting the disease and has even refused to ban air travelers from infected countries from entering the U.S. Another point of controversy is the information released on the patent secured by the U.S. government on the Ebola virus. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control, CDC, owns a patent on a particular strain of Ebola known as Eboban. The question here is, why would a government organization claim to have invented an infectious disease and then claim a monopoly over its commercial use? And the possible answer would be to cause panic, introduce a vaccine, and push countries into buying billions of dollars worth of vaccines.
I'd like to welcome my guest to the program, founder of American Institute for Foreign Policy, Mr. Michael Lane out of Washington, and political commentator Dr. Randy Short right here in Tehran. Welcome both of you to the program. Well, let's start this off with Mr. Lane. Now, Ebola is a deadly disease. Do you think that the global community is dealing with it in the right way?
I think we're starting to take steps in that direction. Clearly, the world community and the United States, as the leader of the world community, was several days late and several dollars short in terms of their reaction to the outbreak of Ebola. Where the president now is showing signs, President Obama is now showing signs that he recognizes Ebola as a threat to world health and world order and United States public health. He should have recognized that months before he finally did and taken even more steps than he's taken so far to contain the outbreak back before it spread as far as it has.
What about that, Dr. Short? Do you agree with our guest, Mr. Lane, who said that now the United States is starting to take the precautions that it had needed to take before